Hi everyone. So I've been thinking about video games, um, and my brother he has this game. It's called The Way of the Hunter, and I started thinking that it would be nice if, like, I don't know. I guess it could be optional for what people see when they go to the map section and they can see like an overview, from the sky looking down, like Google Maps, right? And you guys can see that dots wherever you people are, like the user, yourself, where you are, right? Well, I was thinking for that to be visible in the sky, in the map. So let's say you guys want to hunt in the video game. The Way of the Hunter is a hunting game. So let's say you guys want to hunt deer. So all you would have to do is look up, and then it'll show like a deer in the sky. And then if you look at it, or even aim at it or whatever, or focus on it or whatever, it'll show you the distance to that location. It's either you can do it. I was thinking you could do it while you're playing the game without having to go to the map section and navigate to that. I was thinking where, um, it will show you guys somewhere close, nearby, that type of thing. And it'll show you guys the distance, how far it is. Okay, and I was thinking about that, but then I started thinking, nah, it probably won't be a good idea because it will take away from the view while you guys are playing the game. But I guess now that I think about it, it could be optional. It could be turned on to the right. It could be turned on, or it could be left on off. Um, so this will be a quicker way for people to reference things in their surroundings, and this can actually be applied now that I think about it with the virtual reality smart glasses. So it can actually show you guys by looking up um, it can show you guys where places are, um, but not really looking up like like lifting your head and looking up. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like when you look. The world is like this. When you guys look, like let's say this way, it'll show you guys what's around there with with a line pointed right there, right at the location, and it will show the distance, so that it'll be optional if you guys want to go to that one or not. Kind of like Google Maps, okay? When you guys have it in this form, and then it shows you which ones are the closest ones. You know, you guys can create filters and stuff like that. It's the same kind of concept, okay? And um, you know, you can even tell your smart glasses like, oh, just show reveal um, the closest McDonald's, and if it's not, if you're not facing the right direction, then on the smart glasses they'll tell you to turn, like with a sign or something. So you'll turn, um, or you can tell it to give you directions. But in this case, you guys are not driving. In this case, you guys are walking. Okay, and if it's behind you, it'll have that arrow to either look this way or this way. Either way, so you guys will be able to look, and then eventually you'll see it. It'll say McDonald's with the logo, with the like a laser pointing at that exact location, real coordinates. Okay, and I see this in Halo. There's ships like satellite ships or whatever they are. They're like big ships, humongous, like satellites out of space, kind of like the ISS. Okay, but much bigger. So something like that. And in this video, I was reminded, like I actually recalled this information. I remember yesterday I was playing the game, but I disregarded this information because I thought negatively regarding this thought. I thought instantly, like, no, it's going to distract players. It's going to take away from the view, the beautiful view, and people wouldn't want that. But like I said earlier, it could be optional. Okay, so, and this can be in the games like with San Andreas, regarding missions. You know, it shows it on the map. You know, there's a little map on the side, little circle. It tells you, there's like a compass. It tells you like where your house is. It tells you certain little things. And then there's the map option as well. And you guys can navigate to whatever you guys want to go, like wherever you guys want to go. And you guys can, you know, like get directions to navigate to that location. But what I'm talking about is without having to do that. So it'll be a quicker reference type of, you know, solution. And not just that, but maybe you guys can integrate, now that I think about it, this newer technology with voice recognitions, voice commands. So you guys can say stuff like, you know, give me the coordinates to the nearest gun shop in San Andreas. So it'll instantly do that for you. Or something like that. Okay? It's either that or you guys just look around. Um, because, in the video game, you're just looking downwards, like eye level. You guys are not looking up to gather information. Even when we are out there, like out in public, like on the streets or whatever, the only time we look up is, um, obviously we're going to stop and look up. We're not going to continue walking as we're looking up. That would be retarded. But anyways, the only time we look up, um, is if there's like an airplane or a building or a tree. But that's like the only time we look up. And then at night, maybe we see the stars, the moon. We're stargazing, like it says here, stargazing, stargaze. Okay, but anyways, let me just play a little bit of this video here for you guys to get a quick reference. Look at this right here. It says Earth and then cruise stage. Let me mute this. And right now you guys are actually going to be able to see a line where this is at. This is showing Earth, and then it's showing this other thing. Oh yeah, Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, and then it shows the line. So somewhere, I'm thinking over here, where I just moved. So it's like it's aligned. So it's somewhere over here. All right, so that's what I kind of mean. Okay. All right, that's what I'm referring to. So you guys are only looking at the bottom. Like right here. You guys never interact with the stuff on top. So with this other view type of thing, you guys will just look up real quick and see stuff like this. And I'll show you guys the distance. And obviously, if things are too far, like after a certain distance, you guys would have to refer to the map. But maybe it can show you guys something. Maybe like as far as I don't know, like 50 miles, maybe 100 miles, because I mean, like 30 minutes away. That's not that far on planet Earth in a car traveling at 65 miles per hour, going from point A to point B. That takes 30 minutes. It's not that far. So That's why traveling from here, Riverside County to Riverside to Moreno Valley, it's like 30 minutes. Or traveling from Riverside to Los Angeles, it's like 30 minutes, approximately. So, I mean, it's either that, like that perspective, or we can bring up, Google Maps. And we have it right here. Um, well, it looks like Los Angeles is kind of like twice the distance of Moreno Valley. Moreno Valley is over here, and this is where I'm at. So, like one, two, yeah, it's like twice the distance. But even so, it will show. Like, let me drop this character in somewhere. Okay, so this is how we play video games. Alright? We are looking at, we're just paying attention to stuff like this. Okay? Now, when you guys look up, there's nothing. And that's what I'm referring to. You guys will be able to see like a little icon of a gun that where the gun store is at. It'll show you maybe possible missions. In the hunting game, it'll show you guys different animals, the type of animals you guys want to hunt. Obviously, if nothing's over here, you guys would just turn the view this way. And the more you get the idea, like look at these numbers right here. It says copyright 2019 Google. Well, that's how it will be. And you guys would just, like in San Andreas, you guys have a gun, so you guys would just aim the gun at that location. It'll tell you what it is. In the Way of the Hunter game, the same thing. You just point your gun and it'll tell you what that thing is. Okay? You guys will go like this, and it'll tell you if there's other animals near you. Alright, so it'll be kind of quick, something fast and easy. That, or you can continue doing whatever you were doing. Alright, it's that simple. There's nothing complicated about this idea. And maybe you guys will be able to add more creative things if you guys want to. Like in the actual game. Alright? But yeah, like, I just thought about that, and I just felt like sharing this information with all of you. And I guess we can debate the pros and cons. But it's just another way of looking at information, and that's all it really comes down to. So, with Apple and Google, you guys are these companies are creating these smart glasses, right? So that's when stuff like this will be good because I mean I guess you could look up like like now that I think about it, you guys will be able to even do like the stargazing, like I said right here, stargaze and repeat mug, eat, sleep, stargaze, repeat. For some reason, this mug caught my attention. But anyways, this is user Astrum, 1.51 million subscribers. But anyways, so like let's look at star gazing. So it would be nice if oh okay, this is good right here. This image right here, this is perfect. Okay, so I'm going to assume that I am right here. This with this view, and I'm camping, or this is my house. Well, if I have the smart glasses, guess what I'll be able to see? I'll be able to see right outside of this structure, like nothing. And I'll be able to see the stars. I'll be able to know which star is which. Maybe I'll even be able to point at one. You know, just point at one. So like here, like my cursor. So like if I point at it, think then maybe information will come up or you know audio. And this is a lot of stars. Don't get me wrong, it is a lot of stars. Maybe you guys live somewhere where there's only a little bit of stars, like I do. So that's not like the best illustration there, I guess. So like this. That type of thing. But anyways, that was just like a side idea. Like the phone. You guys can download the app and like stargaze and look at. You guys can detect where planets are. You guys can see where the sun is. And if you just point down, it's actually looking at the other side of the world. Like it's crazy. Like it's looking right through it. Like if you guys were over here on the other side of the world looking, this way, which is super cool. Um, so you guys get what I'm talking about. I guess this type of software can be integrated in the smart glasses um, for users to interact with. Um, and I think it'll be beautiful. You know, I think it'll be a beautiful experience for everyone. And maybe everyone will see this live from a different perspective, and hopefully, a realistic, you know, um, like type of experience for everyone where people will like just trip out in a good way. Like, wow, like this is beautiful. And I know you guys can already do that with like the cell phones, and there's a bunch of apps you guys can download. But I know it would be different with the smart glasses, because even if you're with your friends, you can have it on without them even knowing. Or you guys can all have that setting on and talk about the stars that you guys are looking at and which one you guys are looking at. And maybe you guys can share data back and forth, or maybe you can tell your friend, like, oh, what star are you looking at? And they can say, oh, I'm looking at star, um, you know, B2, you know, the classification of the star. I don't know, stuff like that, right? So instead of you asking, what star is that? You just instantly ask your smart glasses or tell your glasses, hey, pinpoint for me, star, B2 or whatever I just said. So it will instantly highlight it, you know, and maybe even provide information regarding that star and stuff like that. So it'll be interactive with users and stuff like that. Even if you guys are in different rooms, maybe you guys are on like on a phone call, with smart technology, and you guys might be away, or like say you guys are in the military and you guys have family members, and you guys run out of things to talk about. Well, if you guys have the smart glasses or whatever, you guys will be able to stargaze together. Um, Even though you guys are like separated, like far apart from each other, it would just seem like your partner's right next to you. Anyways, so I just thought about that idea, and I can go on and on and on about this type of stuff, honestly. Um, but that wasn't what I was really trying to focus on for this video. The main thing right now was, like I said, users, when they are playing video games, they look at just a little bit, just a tiny bit of, like, of this section, like, right there. If anything, they're focusing on the ground, on the land. It's rare for people to look up in the video game. So that's when these little reference points can be integrated for easier, like, navigation purposes. And I guess you guys could test it on people, like test it in different games to see, to evaluate whether users like it or not, or whether users have it active or not. And if they do, then you guys can get feedback from these users and ask questions. What is it that you guys like about this feature? And obviously, there's always positive and negative, right? Positive reviews and negative reviews, good experiences and bad experiences. So people who have it inactive, they will most likely um, share their experience of why they didn't like that particular um, like that particular option for themselves, right? As opposed to people who do like it and are constantly using it, then they will be able to share their good experiences and their positive remarks and comments to everyone. Well, through the internet, of course. And people who are interested in this stuff will obviously it will attract them. They'll type in, they'll search for stuff like this, and you know, it's all communication. At the end of the day, it's all communication. This is the way that we communicate in this time and age. Is through videos and sharing information this way. Um, so now that I think about it, there's also like Snapchats. There's a lot of social media platforms out there that show users' locations. So that's another thing to add with the smart glasses. You guys are looking around, and all of a sudden you see one of your friends, and when people are not there, it's like out of sight, out of mind, and that's a popular saying. Out of sight, out of mind, right there. Wait a minute, is that a proverb? Proverb? You soon forget people or things that are no longer visible or present. He'll be locked away for the rest of his life, out of sight, out of mind. Yep, seriously, that's so true. And there's a bunch of images regarding this. Okay, so you guys will just look around. If you guys have friends that have that option turned on and they're sharing their location with you as a user, and you want to see them, their faces, and their location, well, that'll be an option as well. So as you're looking around with your smart glasses, virtual reality glasses or whatever, right? Oh, you'll see one of your friends. And not just that, but you'll be able to see exactly where they are, how far they are from you, the whole 9 yards. I guess this is good for the military as well. Okay? It's good for a lot of reasons, a lot of things. Like, let's say a tank. I just thought about a tank. You guys are looking around, it will show you exactly where your buddies are. If there's any airplanes near you, if there's any tanks around you, you know everything. This is very professional, by the way, because when you guys are out there in the field, this stuff matters. Because then you will know that they know where you are, and you guys will be able to assist each other all day long, like in Halo, when you guys are shooting at the enemy, and you guys will be able to lock in the targets and assist each other, and obliterate them like nothing. So I just thought about all this right now. It's crazy, right? But anyways, to keep it more civil, um, so yeah, you guys will be able to see your friends where they are because they're already sharing that information with you. But the only time you're able to see that is if you're using the app, right? But if you guys have smart glasses, maybe there could be a way to activate it while you're using the glasses. And since you activated it, maybe your location will also be active with your friends and stuff like that. Um, don't ask me why people do this and share their location. That's just something that people created and people interact with it. Okay? There's a lot of reasons why. Um, I think a lot of it has to do with sex. People want to meet up discreetly or whatever. And that's their business. Like, I'm not getting in anyone's business. I don't really care what you people are doing out there. As long as you guys are having fun, enjoying yourselves, and staying out of trouble, um, and you know all that good stuff, that's all that matters. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much all for this video. I honestly thought that I was only going to record for like 5 minutes regarding this idea, but then I started envisioning things. I started seeing things in my mind, how this can be implemented, integrated or whatever with the smart glasses, or through video games. Because, in a video game, it's kind of like using the smart glasses. Okay? Kind of like Halo. Halo, I mean, I could talk about this stuff forever. I honestly can. I think one thing that helps me when I'm playing Halo is that laser that's pointing directly down at the coordinates that Halo, the user, where the user wants to go. So if I do this on like through Halo, I'm able to find the location right away where I want to go because that laser is visible in the game at all times. Okay, so in real life, that's not the case. In real life, we are depending on our smartphones, and although we can see where we are with the little blue dots or arrow or whatever, um, that little dot that resembles us, that depicts us as users, like our location, is pretty much accurate. However, there's been times where I wish this laser, like laser beam, laser pillar, it's more like a pillar. You know, it's there, and you know exactly where to go and how far to go to get there. And what I like about it too is that it shows how far or close you are to it. The closer you walk to it, the numbers get smaller. You know, from like 1,000 yards, 8,000 yards, 1,000 yards, 900 yards, 800 yards, you know, and so on and so forth. And if you start backtracking, it'll go back. I mean, the numbers will increase because you're further away. So, anyways, these type of details are so important. Um, and the great thing about it is that, yeah, you guys can see, if you guys have smart glasses, you know, they're showing you guys a map on your, you know, your smart glasses of like Google Maps. Um, uh, for instance, let's click let's type in Six Flags. Six Flags Magic Mountain. Directions for that. And of course, my location. This is weird. I don't really know what is going on here. Um, but this is not the view that I want. I want it like a street view. How do I get that view? Now it just, this thing has a mind of its own. Okay, let me see. So, okay, so I'm right here, and okay, I'm saying that I'm driving, even though I'm not. Like, how can I get that view? Is it just like this? I think it's just like this. This is so weird. Well, I don't know what just happened here. But you guys get what I'm talking about. Like, it'll show you guys the coordinates on the glasses. So either make a right or left or continue straight. And everything will be right there. So when you're looking at it, it'll be visible on the smart glasses. Um, however, um, um, you know, personally, if I see that pillar, I could probably get there without looking at instructions, unless there's only like a one way in, um, like a one way route to that destination, which I would later find out the hard way, unless the smart, AI technology advised me of that. Otherwise, like the only way to access that location is through this route. But for the most part, I probably won't even need this map. Okay, and I think this is good for like CHP officers who are looking for a wanted suspect, police pursuits type of idea. Okay, so in the heat of the moment, GPS is saying to make a right, but we all know we can continue straight if we wanted to, and it'll probably be faster. In most cases, you know, so because this is, what I'm pointing out, what I'm referencing here is more real life, real live coordinates, and these coordinates are actively moving as the vehicle is moving. Okay. For instance, Google Maps again. So, okay, so you guys know I'm right here, right? So, say the suspect is the cursor. So the suspect's over here, and the CHP officer is right here. Now, GPS is going to then make a right and head this way to follow the suspect. But if the suspect goes this way, now the suspect is traveling this way. Now the police officer is going to say, screw making this right. I could just get on the freeway and catch up right away. Right? Because they will be able to see that real life pillar thing through the smart watch or the technology that's within the vehicles, the patrol vehicles and all that. So, I mean, trust me, I've been watching a lot of cops, the episodes, police pursuits, and trust me, most of them, if the suspect is going this way, traveling this way, all these cops are going to go this way. And, it's so annoying because these people on the helicopters are saying, oh, this driver this driver is headed northbound. Oh, now this driver's headed eastbound. Oh, now this driver's headed northbound. Oh, now this driver's headed westbound. Now this driver's headed southbound. Now this driver's headed northbound. Now this driver's headed, westbound. Oh, now the driver's headed westbound. Northbound. And after a while, that gets confusing and annoying. It's like the driver's headed southbound. Okay, the driver's headed northbound. Okay, the driver's headed southbound. Okay, the driver's headed northbound. And that is super annoying to me, personally. because it's like that's constantly changing, you know. Um, and then they're not just that, but they're stating. I mean, they're just doing their job, right? But they're saying the street names. Oh, you know, vehicle just turned left from Victoria Avenue, northbound to Van Buren Boulevard westbound. Like people, and then especially with these patrol vehicles are like an hour in the police pursuit, and then they're in an area, and they're like in an area that they don't even know, they're not familiar with, and now they're saying roads that they're not even familiar with. Now they're saying, "Oh, this vehicle just got off from the 79 freeway and is headed eastbound Nicholas Road. Just turned right on. I can't even pronounce this word. Row Powell Row Powell Road. Um, Headed southbound. And stuff like that. To me, it was super annoying, and that's exactly what happened in a police pursuit. So So this is what happened, and I'll share this information with you guys really quickly. So the police officers were chasing this guy on the freeway, going like northbound, and then all of a sudden the suspect made a right, got out of the freeway, and then started going in and out of these like random roads right outside the freeway. Okay, and then eventually the driver came and then made a left and got back on the freeway. So by that time, all the police vehicles are out of the freeway and they're searching for this guy. Um, Driving all fast and looking for the suspect in the vehicle. And then this guy was like, in this in the area for like about maybe 3 minutes, and then got back in the freeway, headed northbound. And by that time, the police officers are like confused as to where this person is, the suspect is, and person or persons, whatever. But with technology, some of the police vehicles could get off in the same direction, in the same exit that the suspect got off at, while some other ones can actually travel more up ahead, to possibly set up a spike strip, or maybe even block the driver. I've seen some crazy police pursuits where some of these CSP officers crash into you know the suspects, like into the vehicle to stop it, depending on what happened in the situation. But anyways, that way, the way that I'm describing would be, I think, easier, and um, and I know that I was looking at this one video, like not that soon after I recorded a video talking about the same similar ideas, and someone actually invented a GPS tracker that gets installed in the police patrol vehicles, and they are able to activate it from within the vehicle, and it shoots out a GPS tracker, and it lands on the suspect's vehicle, the people who are evading police, running away from police or whatever. So it lands on the vehicle, and then it instantly sends out a like a reports um, to. It's kind of like dispatch. Okay, so it instantly I think behaves like dispatch. So now all the units that that are affiliated with any type of or responsible with any type of police pursuits, they go to that they can go to that location. Okay, because I know if some police officers are not trained for situations like that, then they just get called up or they just won't see that information on their screens or whatever, right? Um, so it's all professional, it's all organized, um, which is super neat. Um, so I pretty much like this idea personally because now you guys have a like a moving targets, like this cursor on the map right now. That type of thing. And I think that's easier than having to listen to the helicopters saying northbound, eastbound, southbound, westbound, and repeating this over and over and over. And at the end of the day, all they're trying to say is the location, the current location of this driver. So with technology, it just makes everyone's job easier, I think. So anyway, so like I was saying, so if let's say like the police officers right here and the suspects over here, and GPS is trying to make it's trying to make people, it's trying to cause you to do these unwanted turns, and I think with that with AI technology, I think in the future I could probably even um, um, take the path of least resistance and probably even the safest path um, as well. So like it won't, you know, confuse drivers. It won't take away time. It will actually save time so you can get there sooner and safely to do a pit maneuver or whatever you guys have to do to end these police pursuits. Like you guys are, trained to do and stuff like that. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to end this video now because I I probably said a little bit too much stuff and probably got carried away with this one idea, but I think for the most part, I think I kept it professional and it all connects to this idea I was talking about. I'm staying on topic, I believe. That's what I'm trying to say. So, so yeah, something like this. So you guys will know exactly where your suspect is at all times. And you guys will also know, where the airplane is at, the helicopter or helicopters. You guys will know that, you guys have air support or not. You guys will know how many other ground units are actively pursuing this suspect, and the whole 9 yards. I'm thinking that it will all be there, like on the screen of the patrol vehicle or something like that. Or the smart glasses. Obviously, if you guys are driving, um, that information should automatically go to the windshield of the patrol vehicle. However, the passenger can have the smart glasses on, whether it's like a helmet, like a SWAT, with a one-piece lens, just one with like special ops, um, you know, special ops, the green lens, or it could be both. And you guys can have the helmets and all that, or not. It could be a hat, or it could just be regular glasses, something casual. Um, some Men in Black type of glasses. Like some CIA type of shit. So people won't even know you guys were on that level. All right. But yeah, it's that simple, people. I think that there's a bunch of ideas, a bunch of things that we can share and discuss. Um, I think another thing that it can show in smart glasses or like on the windshield of the patrol vehicles is the boundary lines of any particular city, or if you guys are traveling out of state. Because I know some of you out there might live might live excuse me, I have some locals all over me now, but I'm sure some of you live near borderlines of like different states, or even like the border of like over there, in Mexico, the United States and Mexico, or Canada, or if you guys are from a different country, maybe you guys have different countries that you guys might be um, that you guys have to be aware of because it's just your job to be aware of that. Um, so so to make this simpler, um, it's like people in Mexico can't cross the border without going through customs, through the borderline, which is an inspection and stuff like that. Um, so they're not people are not able to just cruise through. Um, so I'm sure that's the case for other police officers in different countries that are not part of the United States of America. And different, you know, um, there's just a lot of information, a lot of things to consider, but it's simple. Like maybe it'll show, if you guys are about to cross different state lines, and if so, maybe the computer, AI technology will tell you guys, um, like it'll notify you guys of any hazards, possible dangers. Um, Obviously, any work conditions, construction zones, things to avoid, just to keep you guys safe out there. Um, and I'm a criminal, but what's it called? So like AI technology will also advise all of you if there's any like new laws or restrictions or limitations, anything that might be of importance. Obviously, it will be broadcasted and brought to your guys' attention. Okay, I also I don't want to continue. Honestly, I don't. But there's one other thing that I wanted to add. So, in one of my former videos recently, I stated that for each city line, city limits, the borderline of each city on the freeway, I was thinking that there should be a spike strip. Now, in through the smart glasses and through the smart screens of your patrol vehicles, um, I'm thinking that you guys will be able to see the upcoming spike strips. And maybe you guys will even have the authority, the power to activate them. Depending, that's entirely dependent on your rank, your ranking. Um, so obviously, like if I join the police force and be with former felony charges and you know me being dumb as a mule, like a donkey, um, I don't think anyone's going to trust me to push that button. I might accidentally, pop the tires on lane number 1 when I'm supposed to be activating, the spike strip on lane number 3. And then later on, people are going to tell me, like, hey, what the heck were you thinking? Like, I'm going to say, my excuse would be like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought lane number 3 was actually lane number 1. Or something like that, right? So that's why I popped the wrong set of tires or whatever. So I think that someone with a more serious mentality that been through, war and combat, and they're out there putting their lives on the line, life or death situations. They've been people who have been in those type of situations. They're mentally more aware. They're mentally more awake than people who have never been through that type of trauma and that type of adrenaline. That type of rush. So obviously, you guys are more trained, more professional, and more aware. So when it comes to this type of responsibility, I think obviously you guys who have been there, done that type of stuff, I believe that you guys should have the authority to activate these spike strips. And obviously, alongside this will be AI technology. So if we have, I'm including myself. So if let's say we have a vehicle that is marked, it's being tracked, it has a tracker on it, then AI technology will instantly be able to know at what time to activate the spike strip and what time to bring it back down. And this will be so fast that you guys will all be able to travel at the same speed without getting your tires popped. It'll just do that one vehicle that you guys are after. That's the way I can see it working. Because, yeah, it's so simple. It'll just pop up and pop back down in, in a matter of seconds. And like I said, this information will be on the smart windshield, the windshields of these patrol vehicles that'll be connected with AI technology. You know, with the smart watches, everything in real time. That's the way I can see it. So this will be like a reference point for other maybe SWATs. Like let's say the person stops, and SWAT is on the way. Now SWAT is going to have this information. They're going to have it all over their smart glasses, their helmets. You know, it's all right there. As a matter of fact, before they even arrive, they'll be able to see the bird's eye view of the helicopter. The whole nine yards, you know, who the person is, who the suspect is, with facial recognition, if they're a danger or not. You know, the likelihood of this person injuring others or not, in percentage. And you guys will have like a general idea of what's going on before you guys even arrive. Oh yeah, the same is true with crossfire. When you guys are pointing your guns, you guys will be able to see if one of your men are in the line of fire. You know, like if you shoot, you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. You know, all this data will be in the smart glasses as well. That's the way I can see it. I don't know if you guys thought about all that, but I'm sure you guys have. I mean, if you guys have it, God, that would be something else. But I highly doubt that. I know that um you guys are dealing with the best, and you guys have everyone's supports. Everyone supports. You know, that's why they created prisons to put these bad guys away, the non-supporters and all that. You know, the cooperators. That's where they belong, in prison. Like, okay, you don't want to participate, you don't want to, you know, cooperate, then you can stay your little ass in jail until you get it. While we stay out here, you know, dealing with everyone's bullshit, and we try to resolve all this without anyone's help. You see, but at the same time, you guys have everyone in the world supporting all of you. So when I talk about these smart windshields, it's a no-brainer. Like, these vehicles need to get upgraded like yesterday. All this stuff that I'm talking about, it needs to happen. If it isn't, you know, if it isn't up to par, And the same is true with all these outdated vehicles out on the roads. They really need to ban them because they're outdated, they're unsafe, they're unfit to be on the road, and you guys are going to have more of a problem um, dealing with these older vehicles, I'm thinking. And these newer vehicles, I already said they should have a speed regulator, especially for civilized vehicles. If you guys are like undercovers, then we can make an exception for you guys. Okay? But if it's someone like myself, my car shouldn't be able to travel more than 100 miles per hour. I'm just a citizen of the United States of America. I'm not fucking SWAT. I'm not a fucking police officer. Respectfully. So, should my car travel faster than the posted legal speed limits? Yes or no? I think the answer to that question should be no. No, I shouldn't be able to travel faster than the speed limits requirements or posted legal speed limit. Now, in various parts within the United States of America, where people can travel faster than other states, then that's debatable. Okay, but first of all, I live in California, so therefore I have to submit to the laws within California. Now, there's another states that states that their residents are able to travel at, let's say, 150 miles per hour. And let's say it's legal over there. Well, they shouldn't be able to travel faster than that then. Okay? And if I go personally from California to different states, I don't have a license over there. I do not have a license over there. So that doesn't qualify me to drive faster than the California rules and regulations. Why? Because first of all, I'm not used to if I live in California and the maximum speed limit is like 70 miles per hour, because I've seen it on the freeways. Some speed limits say 70. Okay? Now, if I travel to a different state and what I'm saying is true, that the speed limit over there is 150 miles per hour. That means I'm unexperienced. I'm not experienced to be traveling at those high rates of speed. So I could be a danger to other drivers, possibly. So that's why I believe people should be restricted. Just because it's okay for other people to do it, doesn't mean other people are. It's all about safety at the end of the day. Alright? So, but this is stuff that just, like, I've just been watching too much cops. It gets me all fueled up. It gets me pumped up. It gets me pissed off. Because, these people are running away from the law. And I just want it to end. I want these people just to, I don't want them to die. I don't want them to get hurt. But, when police officers are doing pit maneuvers at 130 miles per hour, I don't care. It's a good thing. Like you guys have to do what you guys have to do. And since the laws are not, since the laws are not, um, since the laws are not, banning these older vehicles and updating these patrol vehicles, you know, I say do whatever you guys have to do, and fuck what anyone else has to say. Even people who are above you guys, fuck them, because they're not out there. They're not doing your job, you know. And if they have something to say, then fucking fix shit. Fix these fucking patrol vehicles. Update them with the latest and greatest technology. Get rid of all these bullshit vehicles you know, that you guys are having a difficult time with, and that's how shit gets kicked off, like, fuck that shit. It has to be, like, you guys just have to do what you guys have to do. Because, these motherfuckers can run their mouth all day long, but that's all they're doing. They don't have any experience. They're not out there doing your guys' job, you know? And if you guys were to tell them, oh, you think it's so easy, then you go do it. They'll fail horribly. Okay? So it'll be better for them to just shut the fuck up and allow you guys to do whatever it is that you guys have to do to to do your job successfully and professionally. Like, for instance, like that one guy that got arrested for putting his knee on the guy's neck. I think that's it. First of all, that's a trained police officer with a lot of years of experience. I don't think that person should be in jail right now. But that's my personal opinion. I really deep down believe that person does not deserve to be incarcerated right now. Um, you know, I give that person the benefit of the doubt, even though I have never really studied that case, that situation, that scenario, or whatever, where supposedly this man takes the other guy's life away by cutting the air circulation in his man's body because he accidentally put his knee on his neck. That's the way I look at it. This guy accidentally put his knee on his fucking neck. There's no way a trained police officer is going to, put handcuffs, make an arrest, and, put his knee on the suspect's neck so the person can suffocate and die. I believe this police officer put his knee. He thought his knee was on his back. Okay, that's what I believe. Like, especially like around the shoulder area, I believe that it can feel the same mentally. It's like the same type of bone structure. And it feels like an arm. You guys think about it. The neck, it feels like an arm. So if you guys have your knee on the neck, and even if the guy's moving, that's equivalent to to the knee, being like on the arm, and the guy moving around. So I think I think that's what this police officer thought. Um, because everyone was there, everyone was recording. There's no way a trained police officer would purposely kill someone in the presence of everyone. It would have been easier for him to fucking make the arrest, put him in the back of the patrol vehicle, and take him to a fucking discreet place somewhere and fucking pop him, unload a whole clip on his ass. That would have been easier for him, and he would have probably got away with it. Okay? There's no way that this police officer did it intentionally. And that's what really just pisses me off, because fucking there's no reason why this police officer should be locked up when there's a bunch of other criminals out here in the streets that need to be dealt with. You know, so this stuff just pumps me up. Like, it, and honestly, it's because the truth of the matter is, what it really comes down to is that these people don't really understand what you people have to go through. What you police officers have to go through. What you former, you know, military people had to do, like in the war or whatever, survival situations, fight, fight or flee type of situations. And there's a lot of scandalous shit going on in our own backyards, you know. So I don't think that this police officer should be locked up right now, and I can't stress that enough, because um, if anything, they should release him, put him back on duty, and put the cameras all over his body, on his hat and everything. So everything will be monitored and recorded. And he ends up killing someone else, then maybe they can make it where he can lose his license, or he can get fired permanently or partially. But I don't think he should be doing life in prison right now. I really believe that. Honestly, and I honestly don't give a fuck what anyone has to say out there, especially if you're just a regular citizen like myself. I don't really give a fuck what you have to say. For people in the military, um, police officers and probation officers, parole officers, you know, I have more respect for people like that, because they're out there, they're doing a risky job, they're out there putting in work, while all of us are just living day to day, having fun, going to work, and we're bitching and complaining about the littlest things in life. So, so yeah, anyways, I just wanted to again share this idea. I'm going to get back to this because it's already 3:19 a.m. and I've been talking for like an hour already. And I definitely got off course now, got off topic. But I think it's still, I think I still kept it professional because all of this stuff pertains, it all matters and it all connects. So that's just my personal feedback towards AI technology and towards what I believe should be happening in this world um, for the greater good of humanity, for future generations to come, and future technology implementations that should be uh, taken into consideration, um, as well as other things. But I'm not even going to get into all of that stuff. But I'm keeping everything open source. Everything is open source. So, like, I don't really give a fuck anymore. This life is so weird. Like, I honestly don't blame people who take their own lives because, if we continue like this, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. Now, if we are really persistently and continuously moving towards innovation and upgrading everything around our lives, the way that we speak, the way that we carry ourselves, our inventions, everything, including the laws, then there's a reason to live for that reason alone. There's a purpose. There's hope. There's hope in that. And that's exactly why well, all I did was I created a post and I put AI technology, a reason to die, and a reason to live. Quote unquote. Um, that's a reason to die for, as well as it being a reason to live for, because there's just so much hope in that. But I don't think that people see the potential before they decided to go and kill themselves. Because sometimes it seems like everything is on halt, like on holds, like on standby. Everything is like everyone's procrastinating. That's how it feels like, and that's why I love AI technology, because it keeps all of us on the same page. But anyways, I have to go. I have to go. Peace out. I'm going to end this shit.